Hi, it's Rob from the Bob Sphere, and yeah, well, this is crooked. What? Accept it. There's nothing I can do. Okay, and this is my August wrap up. Okay, it was Booker season, which means automatically it's a mixed bag. I can't like every book on the long list. This year was a bit more extreme than others, but we'll get into that. As always, I read some. It wasn't very consistent. I had lots of ups and downs. But one DNF, and we'll go into that. So start. So the DNF is Vikram Chandra, Red Earth and Pouring Rain. This has been on my TBR list since 2005. It's been a long time. I tried to read it. It got on my nerves. So it's about this guy who kills a monkey. Not kills a monkey, he injures a monkey. And then we find out the monkey is a god. And in order to save himself, he has to tell stories. It's a good premise, but I didn't feel like it. Am I going to return to it? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm going to be honest. Okay? Now, we'll start from worst to best. So the stinker of the month was this one. This Mournable Body. I hated this book. You can see my review on it. There, that's what I think of it. The second worst one was this. Real Life. Again, a great premise, but I couldn't stand the writing style. Chuck. Okay, next. Now we can go to the middling ones. This was okay. It wasn't brilliant. Again, it's a question of writing style. It's a great plot, as it focuses on the woman corpse in the Ethiopian Italian War during the Second World War, and it's got pictures and it's got different viewpoints, but the writing didn't click. No, I'm not going to chop this one. It doesn't. Plus, it's a hardback. Then the other middling one was, because I've got this right in front of me. This was a middling one as well. Now, I am a fan of Ann Tyler. I really like her work. But let's say like Murakami, she has lots of, how should I say it? You can instantly tell an Ann Tyler book. That's like you can instantly tell a Murakami book, a Haruki Murakami book. So this is an Ann Tyler book. It's got a male who's fastidious. It takes place in Maine, and then the guy has a kind of change of heart through a life experience. Or her other type of plot is a family saga. This is a by-the-by Ann Tyler book. It's not bad by any means. But, she's done better. I've read it all before. The other middling one was this. Birds Without Wings by Louis de Bernieres. It's about a village during the Second World War in Turkey, a small, really nondescript one. In places it's funny, in places it's sweet, but it's overlong. It's 800, I think it's 800 pages, is it? Yeah, it's 800 pages. It could have been 500, would have been much better. Sometimes I felt that it dragged some. I mean, the chapter is only 3 pages long, so you can't really complain. But it could have been edited better. This was an attempt to be ambitious, and in my opinion, failed. Okay, we're going to get to the better ones. Shaggy Bane. I liked it. There's a ton of potential over here, but it didn't work for me 100%. I thought, again, it was overlong. This could have been a 300-page book. It would have been perfect. But I did like the writing style, and I think this guy Douglas Stuart has a bright future if he keeps on. He writes very realistic characters, and I enjoyed that. Quality is going to start rising. We've got. No, this I'll leave last, even though regardless of rating. Okay, this is the Blackbird. I really enjoyed this. This is very good. I would call it the kitchen sink drama. If you've ever seen a film by Mike Leigh or the Shane Meadows, something like that, it's a very British book. It's about a man who was injured in an accident, And the ripple effects last a very long time, because there's a second narrative, which takes part in modern day England, and there's a character that links between these two. And this accident psychologically affects her. It's very good, it's very touching. It's from the Henningham Family Press, which means there's a high quality. The quality is high, there's some illustrations. Henningham Family Press book is always worth having. I mean, the stories are good. There's always, you can't go wrong. And this doesn't go wrong anyway. Recommend it. Okay, Burnt Sugar. I really like this one. Very good. This is a Robert book. So it's about a woman who has problems with her mother. Well, I would say with lots of her family. And there's sharp observations. It's funny in places. It's tragic in others. It's if you know I like that stuff. I've said before what Bob books are. If you like that, do check this out. Okay. Now the two, let's say the books of the month for me. Oh my god, I love this. Love and Earth Thought Experiments by Sophie Ward. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. This is a Bob book. 10 out of 10. I've spoken about it, so you can check that video. Soon, when I've finished all the Booker long list, I'll turn it into a playlist, but I'm not going to do that yet. So I still have 4 more to go. And the other great book, Ironopolis by Glen James Brown. Wow! Let's make this out of the way. Wow! Yes, read it. Read it. It's brilliant. You'll love it. Okay, it's, I would say, about 6 novellas that all take place on a council estate. They're all linked, mostly by a monster. But don't know, trust me, it's extremely credible. It details working class lives from the 60s and up to the rave era, and lots of movements. The writing's brilliant. The characters are amazing. Oh, wow. I love this book. Definitely a keeper. Now, the other book I read is in conjunction with my next few books. So, step by step, what am I reading next? So at the moment, I'm juggling 2 books. I'm reading this, Any Human Heart by William Boyd. I'm doing quite well in it. I'm enjoying it. It's, I wouldn't say sweet. It's also very British in its own way as well. It's the diary of a man who tries to find happiness, let's put it that way. He's an author. He goes in and out of love, and at the point I'm in, he's a spy. I'll probably finish this by Wednesday. It's flowing. No complaints. I'm enjoying it. This has been on my TBR for a very long time as well, since 2005. Now, the big project of one of many that's going to be coming up this year. So I am going to attempt to read the Oliver Cromwell trilogy. This has been long listed for the Booker and short listed for the Women's Prize, so I might as well get to it. But I want to read these 2 first. Now, the first time I read this was very superficial, none of it sunk in. The second time I tried to read it this year, COVID struck and I wasn't in the mood for reading. So hopefully I'll get through it. I heard this one's like a normal novel, so it's easier. And then this I've heard is bloated, but it doesn't matter. I want to read the whole trilogy because it's been getting on my nerves. These have been on my TBR for too long. But it's going to be at a sluggish pace. Let's say 10 pages a day. Even though I'm kind of cheating and I do up to 30, but 10 pages a day and I'll be happy. Which leads us to the last book. In order to psych myself, I got this. This was free. This puts everything into perspective and gives you some timelines and the Tudor era. And then it goes into other things like the play and Praise for Mantel. I don't care about that. But this did help as a primer. I was in Sweden in a bookstore when I found it. And I asked the bookseller, can I take it? She said, go ahead, it's free. So I said, yes. And this did help. Now, there's going to be a lot of things for September. So once, because we have an awful post, once I get Ali Smith's Summer, I'm going to be reading the seasonal quartet from the beginning. I've got 2 review copies. I'm supposed to get a 3rd, but again, multi-post, not good. It's not good at all. And and actually I've got in the TBR stack Thomas Pynchon's, or Pynchon, I don't know how it's pronounced, I call it Pynchon, Thomas Pynchon's Gravity's Rainbow, which I'll be doing in a sluggish pace as well. So it's a lot, it's a reading overload, but we'll get through it. But this is my priority. Again, my top priority. I want to finish this at least by the end of the year. I'm not going to finish it by the Booker announcement, I can tell you that. Okay, that was my reading month. How was yours? Comment below, please subscribe, etc, etc. Next video, well, I'm still waiting for some Booker ones to come in, so it could be that. We'll see. Take care.